They say when you're surrounded by infinity, make any wish and it will come true. So I'm going to find some infinity. What? I look like Kathy. Is there some intelligence working against me? I have 12 Aldemodium and then a chest plate? I am indestructible now. So the ceiling is still a mess, but I'm sort of okay with that. The floor is also a mess, so you just live with these things. I can almost certainly connect these as well. So, like, any strainers I have in there automatically get put into this, and the outputs gets put in straight into there. That'd be good. But now I just need to go up here, and then I've got my racks of discs here, which is currently just the 8. And if I want to add more crafting stuff, that is over here. So now, if I go to here and say, make me 10 of these. To craft 8 available... So to craft 4 available 8. To craft 18 available 2. Oh, does that mean it needs a total of 12 of these? And therefore it's going to craft 4 so it's got them. Whereas everything else is available. So do that. And I can see how it's going with this. And there it is. Solar. I have 10 more solar panels. It is as easy as that. I mean, it took a fair bit of setup. But now I can just exponentially expand my solar power. Each of those is generating, it looks like 20. Yeah, those generate 20. And that's not a lot. But when I've got this entire roof full of them, I won't even need a step up because I'll just be walking on solar panels. And I'll have quite a power generation system. And I can hopefully then connect these two. That would be great if I could connect these so that I've got such an overwhelming power generation system that I don't need to worry about separating my usage anymore. And I guess the next thing will be working out how to plug into the furnaces. I don't know if it'll work with these, but it might. And if I can get it to work with something, then it'll allow me to request basically anything. So I should set up some more request things. I don't think I'm going to run out of these anytime soon, but just in case, these are needed for the machine. And I need some more crafters. That's the downside. I can't actually craft things up here. Oh, there are bigger crafters. Iron crafter, gold crafter, diamond, and netherite. How do you make those? That's just an ordinary one and a load of iron and processors. Wow, okay. Let's get 16 more basic processors. I want to work out how to set those up, but I think first I do need some more crafters. So 1, 2 more of those. Why does it always place it facing a weird direction? Ignore redstone signal, unlocks auto crafting. So I'm guessing it's this thing that actually does the crafting, but I'm trying to work out why you would need to turn it off. It's the same with the interface. Exact mode on and off. Well, I definitely used the interface wrong. I think the reason it lit up wasn't because it was working. I think it lit up because it was connected to the network. So if I just like put this here, nothing, and then I connect that, yeah. So it lights up because it's connected to the network, not because it's connected to a machine that it works with. That's good to know. Is it the same on all sides? Yes. Maybe that means it doesn't automatically connect. Maybe I do need to pump in and out of the interface. So if I put that there and it does connect, can I set this to push and pull? No. I'll just try connecting this. If I put that into the export, I don't know what... Sorry, what just happened there? How did I get more of them? If I put those in there, did I just... There are 4 in there, I just put 9 in there. Right. So that's how you get them out of this. So you can use the interface to... You can't use it to request things, you have to have the thing you want to request. Input? Am I actually... But you can use it as like a drop-off point, like a dumb drop-off point for this, and they get added to that. That leads me to think that this is not... I hesitate to say an intelligent machine. This is like a hopper. This is like a oh, sorry, Barry. This is like a hopper for the computer system. So if that's a hopper, then that's not where I put the crafting. Hang on, if I set up that crafting thing again. So processing. One cobblestone for 1 stone. Create. Does that just go in here? It specifies it's a processing one, but then can I just request that? Because there's no stone in there now. So if I now request a stone, crafting preview, yes. And then I should see what it does on this. No machine found. So the interface isn't enough to connect. So what is? External storage? I don't feel like that's the right thing. And I feel like this is just an import-export thing. Because it required one of each to make. Constructor? Could be a constructor. I mean, that would sort of make sense. So let's try that. So a constructor attaches, and then what? Drop blocks instead of placing. Oh, maybe this is where I need that that crafting upgrade I made. Does that go in this? Maybe? Can I now connect that? Is that connected? How does this thing work? Sort of glowing. Oh. Oh. Oh! So that's a way to place things directly from the interface. So I could probably upgrade the block placer and destroyer I've got for the... Oh, why is that stopped? Is it stopped because it's the things are broken? Well, that one's run out. Well, that's unlikely. Thought it was supposed to do them evenly. Yeah, that's broken. To be honest, that's probably fine. No, I do want it to keep ticking over with shards. Let's get, what, 8 more of those. Just stick a load of that in there. Then just get 8 more of them. Yeah, that'll be plenty for now. 6 to fully upgrade, fully repair this one. Stick that in the filter and then back in the fist. And this one as well. 4 more for that. Oh yeah, that's the logistics. It's not these things making that little clicky noise. I wonder why that didn't split it evenly. It's supposed to. It says it does. But yeah, I could probably replace like these things with the with that, what was it, a constructor. Maybe even a destructor as well. Although I feel like it would destroy it and suck it into the system rather than break it with an item. Good to know that there are sort of more advanced ways of doing this, though. Lends credence to the idea that this was fully industrialized. So, if a constructor is like a real-world interface, I think, that's not what I need either. Network receiver? No, that feels more like a wireless system. A relay is likely for, what, expanding a connection or something like that? Detector, that's not what I need. And that's it, there is nothing else. So unless it is the crafter and it's supposed to like point at whatever you're trying to do it with, then I am basically out of ideas. Does the crafting upgrade need to go in there? No? The interface, maybe? Oh! Oh! Maybe it is this then. So if I go down here and request a stone, is this going to turn on? No. Machine doesn't accept item. But it recognizes that there is a machine now. So what did I do wrong? Machine doesn't accept item. Ah, here we are. So if I put that to input, it actually works. And then top is output. And then set that to extract. It didn't. It worked! So if I set it, a crafter apparently needs to be the interface with the machine. So the crafter in itself is a crafter and works as like a crafting bench. But then you can direct it, they don't care, you can direct it at a machine, and as long as it's set to accept it from that direction, I suppose most machines don't have that kind of precision. Oh no, I suppose they do, because I think these do as well. Yeah, these also have this kind of thing, so I could set it up for all of these. And then it would automatically output the things it needs to that place to get the result it needs to get. How does that work with more complex things like this? I suppose for something like a metallurgic confuser, I'd have like one that's redstone, one that's carbon, one that's diamond, I guess, and then just have them set to auto refill or something. I mean, that's the sort of the dumb way of doing it, the way that's just a brute force method, but I can't believe that works. Alright, so now I just need to make a load of crafters. But this is actually a very inefficient system, because it's going to send stuff in like drips and drabs. If it needs just like one for a recipe, it's going to burn a whole coal on one. And although it is although it is quicker, it's not more sort of fuel efficient. And even if it was, it wouldn't matter, because it would still use one coal for each item. So an electric furnace is better for setting up with the computer system, and I'll use this for stuff when I can do it in batches. I mean, I can set it to do it in batches. I can set this so that it's not one for one. I can set it so it does it a stack at a time. I just don't know if that's worth it. I'll probably slow it down. But I suppose 8 at a time. 8 at a time could work. Create. So now that's an 8 for 8. And should use the coal to its maximum efficiency. 4 of those, so I think I'm going to run out of advanced immediately. Okay. It's because I'm very short on diamonds, because I need that other diamond seed. And I keep turning them. I had like 5 of them or 6 of them, and I've turned them all into bloody things for this. Something I keep running out of is enriched quartz enriched iron, so that should be the first one I put in here. So quartz, add that, and then basic processor, improved processor, advanced processor, and then I just go here and stick them all in. And then what I should do is set this as... Oh, it automatically sets it to a processing. So process that. That. And that. Although if I put them in here and set them also to an 8x8, and then I put those in this one, then I should theoretically be able to request the process versions of these. I can. And that should mean that these will automatically craft. I think them being in blue means that it'll do those automatically. Or that they can be made. I see, so I still can't manually craft with stuff that isn't there. So if I just make a load of that and then get a load more patterns of that, and I make a pattern of a pattern, so I can craft my patterns using a pattern to craft the patterns for me. Like so. Ah! I just screwed myself there. Exact mode should not be on. So it's any obscured glass. That doesn't seem right. Just any inexact glass will do. Oh no, it still says obscured glass. Alright, well, whatever. And then sand into glass. Oh, I keep forgetting to set this to 8. That's a really stupid workaround. I should just set up a an electric furnace so that I don't need to do this workaround, but that will do for now. Make 20 of those. Okay, well it won't do it because it's missing sand. Oh, it's missing sand, a thing that it can't produce. Right. In that case, I need to set up the strainers to work with this. Let's have another importer. And this should be all I need for this. I could just like fully integrate this thing, but I don't fancy it right now. Okay, that should be set up now. So I put strainers in here, they go into the thing, and then that extracts from it into this box, which then gets put into the system. So I just need some strainers to put into test. Hello. Hi guys. Really like crowding around me when I'm using the computer. I know it's an incredible glowy box, but just hang on. These go in there. They get automatically put into this thing. Yep, there they go, one by one. And then this should now generate stuff to go into there. Sand goes into this box, and then that activates, starts emptying the box into the system. Sorted. So yeah, start doing that. Start producing the patterns for me. It's not the quickest thing in the world when it has to... Oh, it's probably because of this. That probably slowed it down. Yeah, but that's still amazing that it just does that automatically. I've got 9 here now, just by saying, give me these, and then it did. I also need it then to produce a construction core and a destruction core. Oops. And then... Oh, and a machine casing to then finally make a crafter. So I just stick all of that in there. And I should then be able to request it to make crafters for me. Make... how many... I've got 9 spaces for now, so I probably don't need any right now, but it's good that it can do that. I now have an automated crafting system along with my incredible storage system. I've got impressive power generation. I shall just go check how that is doing. Yeah, that's almost full now. That is quite impressive power generation, which means I can probably connect this back up. Let's get the cable again. What happened to the other universal cable? I didn't use it all. Oh, no, I did. I placed it all out there. Yep. In that case, let's get universal cable and advanced universal cable. And I'm going to start doing this every time I think of something, oh, I'm going to need that at some point, I'm going to stick a pattern for it. And I think because of that, I should get a couple more of these. But it's missing diamonds, so I can't start it. Damn! But it makes me wonder, could I use an exporter and attach to this? And if I set up, like, essentially, no, if I set up crafters on these, ooh, would a crafter work? This one's got those in. I'll just take those out for now while I just test this thing. I don't know if I'll be able to. I think I'd be better off taking this over here instead. So if I put the pedestal like there, and the crafter infusion pedestal, it does recognize it. It can work. This basically confirms my theory that they did industrialize this portion of magic, and it explains why this is one of the few things that is still magic based, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it type thing. I mean, that mentality has clearly done wonders for the world, but it means that they did do this. I'm definitely not the first, because it is in the programming of this crafter to interact with an infusion pedestal. So they probably did do this. They probably had infusion factories, for want of a better term, and I don't actually think there is a better term, where they had crafters set up around these things to allow them to produce seeds en masse from a storage computer system. They totally did this. And that suddenly made me concerned. Am I following in their footsteps in the wrong way? Did they make infinity before? I mean, it was a thing people talked about. Like, there was that saying that they say, when you're surrounded by infinity, make any wish and it will come true. So surely that had to come from somewhere, right?